Hello and welcome to the Enterprise Talk Conversation Series, a peer knowledge resource by the CXOs for the CXOs. Now to our host, Kanika Goswami.
Good evening and hi everybody. Today we have with us Mr. Anand Subbaraj. He's the CEO of Zuper, which is a field workforce management software company. Anand will be talking to us about the future of workforce management and customer experience for the service businesses and the role that technology is playing with them. So his organization Zuper is offering customer service experiences in the form of intelligent field services and customer engagement platforms that enable organizations to digitize, automate, and optimize operations and workflows. So I'll be asking Anand some questions in his field of work and some questions on trends that he's observing as a industry expert. So hi Anand, welcome aboard.
Hey there, thank you so much for having me at Enterprise Talk.
Oh, pleasure. So first, I just wanted to know, how have service companies, in your opinion, had to change their customer engagement strategies and tactics after the pandemic has dramatically altered customer demands and expectations the world over? How do you think the changes have, which direction are the changes moving us?
Absolutely, it's a great question. As you all are aware, the pandemic has overwhelmed lives and businesses around the globe. It has caused huge tailwinds for some businesses, wherein others have gone into a crisis. From a service business perspective, we are seeing that delivery and logistics, they're seeing unprecedented growth and demands. However, there are caution in scenarios where a close contact with a technician is required at home or inside a facility. So some of the businesses that require their technicians to be inside the home of a customer or inside a facility, that is seeing headwinds, and there is caution, there is crisis in those industries. Organizations have adopted both short-term and long-term strategies for dealing with this impact. And I'm going to talk about some of these areas on how organizations have adopted and made investments and changes to address this pandemic and the situation. Number one, what we are seeing is that customer satisfaction has become second to employee safety. And this was not thought about a year back. In 2019 and earlier, customer satisfaction was the number one priority for the organizations. But now what we are seeing is that health and safety of the employees has become the most important criteria. Organizations have adopted protocols, policies, tools to ensure that employees are safe and can perform their operations effectively. Second, we are seeing a tremendous acceleration of digital transformation. And service organizations especially have adopted technology to ensure their workforce can have the right information anywhere on any device so that they can perform with more autonomy, more control, and they can perform effectively without requiring to go to a physical office. We are seeing innovative models for contactless operations and expanding of home delivery options. Home delivery was already popular, but there is a huge, unprecedented demand that the pandemic has caused. We have seen organizations adopting efficient scheduling and dispatching to address workforce fatigue and deficiencies. There are situations and scenarios where organizations were dealing with less workforce, and they had to ensure they have the right tools, right technologies to ensure they are able to efficiently schedule and dispatch to the right workforce who is available. We are also seeing a huge increase in adoption of AI-powered chatbots so that organizations are offering the right information to their customers without manual intervention and delay. And last but not the least, especially in service businesses, we are seeing there's a huge investment in remote technical support to complement physical visit to organizations, to customers. And also there is an adoption of self-service options wherever possible. So in general, the pandemic has fundamentally changed the mindset of the service organizations. And what we are seeing is that they are operating more cost efficiently, and their innovations are accelerated, that is benefiting the customers.
Right. And since this pandemic has also accelerated digital transformation in most organizations, which were earlier operating on legacy technology systems. So how do you see this change for companies with remote workforces impacting customer experiences overall? this new paradigm of how they are operating technologically?
Absolutely. So from a customer's perspective, they are seeing a better experience and better customer satisfaction because from an organization's perspective, they are now adopting the right tools. As you pointed out, there is a huge acceleration of digital adoption and digitization in organizations. So from a customer's perspective, they are getting a better service, they are getting a contactless experience, and they are kept in a tight loop. So from a customer experience and customer satisfaction, it has seen a huge benefit from the innovations that have happened around the world, especially on service businesses.
So do you see an element of artificial intelligence or machine learning in automating workforce management and customer experiences that Zuper offers? And how should companies be coping with failed experimental automation solutions, which are aplenty, I am hearing? So how do you see this panning out?
Absolutely. So AI ML has a huge, tremendous potential in workforce management and customer experience. And there are 4 areas that I want to point out. Number one, as you pointed out, smart scheduling and dispatching is an area where AI and ML is helping for quite some time. Organizations are getting more efficient in scheduling and dispatching with the help of AI and machine learning. Usually, service organizations are spending inordinate amount of time in scheduling and dispatching work orders to the appropriate resources. But AI and machine learning helps organization in improving efficiency and productivity by leveraging past history, skills, locations, priority, and availability of their resources. And this improves overall productivity and utilization and reduces human errors. Number two, predictive maintenance. This is a huge use case for AI and machine learning. And organizations are moving from reactive situations to predictive maintenance of machinery. Many organizations, they go with the approach of taking an action when an issue occurs. But predictive maintenance is changing the game and enabling organizations to prevent the problem before it occurs. It requires the combination of Internet of Things or IoT, and sensors play a critical role, and combine that with data and analytics to ensure organizations can prevent an issue before it occurs. Third, chatbot for self-service. I mentioned earlier that with the acceleration of digital transformation, AI-powered chatbot plays a critical role. It will continue to help organizations to provide a better customer experience, and customers will greatly benefit because they'll have the right information at the right time without requiring any manual intervention, and they will get their services more efficiently. And last but not the least, demand forecasting for better inventory management. This is an area where some of the organizations, they struggle big time. With machine learning, organizations can get an accurate forecasting of inventory requirements, resulting in better planning and optimized supply. Now, you also asked about how companies cope with failed experimental automation solutions. And there are many cases where automation efforts fail or does not live up to the expectations. And it is important for organizations to maintain an open mindset. And what we have seen in successful organizations, they learn from these failures and they approach a framework of build, measure, learn, and repeat. And usually these automation exercises or automation is a journey before it can be unleashed to the full potential. And we usually recommend organizations to start small, take one of the processes, apply automation, learn, and repeat that. And in those cases, organizations are more likely to succeed than getting into a situation where they are taking a far complex process and trying to automate, and it's taking longer than they expect.
Right. So we've already spoken about some technologies here, AI, ML, automation. What other kind of technological additions do you see in the future of intelligent service management for both back-end and customer-facing operations?
Yeah, so here again, there are few of these things that I already spoke about, how AI and machine learning is going to help organizations in the future of field service management for both like backend and the customer facing operations. But apart from the AI and ML that is going to help organizations improve productivity utilization with smart scheduling, dispatching, and few of the other areas that we touched upon, one particular area I want to focus on in this is remote assistance. Organizations will have to take a critical look into their service calls that requires a physical visit versus handling it remotely. And organizations have already started investing in the right tools and technology that helps them complement the physical visit with remote assistance wherever it is required and wherever it could be done. And this is only going to increase over time, and organizations will adopt a policy that will enable them to get to self-service and also use AR capabilities to enable remote assistance. Another area where we see significant opportunity is customer or consumer self-service. And this is going to be more important than ever. Already Uber has changed the mindset of the customers. Modern customers expect a high customer satisfaction and a modern customer experience. Now, organizations are looking into offering these self-service booking, tracking, reviews, and more capabilities so that the customers can be kept in a tight loop. And this will offer a seamless customer experience and improve efficiency. And we are also seeing self-service that combines conversational AI is a huge trend, and this will go into mainstream in the years to come. And last but not the least, what I wanted to touch upon also is enabling an ecosystem. There are organizations who are looking to create best-of-breed solutions for providing a great customer experience and managing their operations on the field. And these best-of-breed solutions require several tools, several applications to work with each other and ensure that these are working in an integrated and unified manner. And platforms and tools that offer these integrated approach, that will be more successful than others.
Right. Now, how does the downtime of machines, the HVAC, the internet services, plumbing, and other things that require field service impact customer experience?
Great question. So I would like to categorize this into two buckets. There are commercial organizations or organizations providing machinery for buildings, hospitals, etc., which are more mission critical and require a high uptime and high SLA. And there are organizations who are offering machinery, devices, appliances for residential customers. Let's focus now on the residential side of things. Take an example of internet service. Now in pandemic, most of the consumers are working from home and they require the internet service all the time. And if, say, for example, the internet service goes down, there is a frustration in the customer's mind. And a lot of times, the frustration leads to poor customer service and customer experience. So what customers are expecting from organizations is when such event occurs, they are able to service that appropriately and offer a seamless experience to the customers so that customers are able to quickly and easily raise a service ticket, get full transparency on the technician that is visiting the customer's location, and be kept in a tight loop. And organizations that are able to provide these kind of modern experiences to their customers, they are going to stay ahead of the competition and continue to differentiate their offering from the rest of the organizations.
Good. And thank you so much for your inputs, Anand. It was a very interesting conversation that we had with you. Thanks for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us. Please do follow us on social media for regular updates and new content.